We want a hook, okay? Are you young? Are you sexy? Are you young and sexy?
Well, there's no one young and sexy here on camera right now, but maybe this guy, Jay Rodriguez, is in the studio. You remember him from Queer Eye, and now he's doing the acting thing, which actually, reading up a little bit, acting is your roots.
Yeah.
You kind of got detoured into the reality world.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing, because it was a huge success.
Right.
But here you are acting with, of all people, Reba McEntire.
Yeah,
Not
no,
bad.
it's kind of crazy. My career started performing arts high school, did a bunch of plays in, community style. The minute I graduated high school, I got Rent on Broadway. Did that for 5 years, built up my resume, would leave and do soaps and movies, and then really honestly had a nightlife gig at a club, and the creators of these shows saw that they were casting, they had looking for a replacement, and I ended up on Queer Eye just just like totally ended up stepping in, and kind of got lucky with that. I don't even have that picture. That's a recent picture from Malibu Country. But yeah, I'm an actor first, and that was my only training. So Queer Eye was completely like, if I thought reality, I thought I'll be on like Idol or something because I'm a singer. And
Sure.
I thought, But Queer Eye, yeah, it spun me for a loop. I was 23, and I'm now the age of the youngest guy above me on Queer Eye when I did. I'm like 33 now. But yeah, no, so I'm an actor, and it's nice to be full-time in Roots because I've guest starred a bunch in the past couple of years, but it's always like, you're the murderer or you're getting murdered or, yeah, so it's been crazy.
Has it been tough trying to get roles? Because people, I'm sure, still think of you from Queer Eye, and they're like, oh, you're a reality star. What are you doing acting? No. Have you had to try and like break down those?
Even for Malibu Country, I completely took Queer Eye off my resume.
That's smart.
Originally they had the character written really urban thug, and so I went there to the audition that way the first time. Cocked New York Yankees cap, blazer. I was thinking Russell Simmons, high tops. And I went in, and my beard and the tattoos, the whole bit, and they had no idea that it was me. And so she looked at my resume, and she's like, "Oh, you host as well?" And I was like, "Well, I won an Emmy for hosting, but so a lot of things just come. But I'm an actor. I want to really, prove it." And she was like, "What would you host?" And I said, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. She goes, "Who are you on that?" And I took my glasses off my hat.
That's perfect.
Yeah, because it was 10 years ago, and I was baby-faced and, probably 15 pounds lighter. And yeah, so it's cool. And yeah, at first it was a big struggle. But the minute I got a handful of guest stars, booked a couple scripted pilots, people were like, "Oh, wait, he's good."
And now you're on ABC, big sitcom, Malibu Country. Tell us about the show for people who haven't seen it.
So Malibu Country is a really fun fish out of water story. Reba plays a one-hit wonder who gives it all up to marry the biggest country star in the world and raise a family with him. Show opens years later at her husband's cheating scandal. She divorces him, take her 2 kids and her mom, and moves to Malibu, a property her husband would be keeping and not telling her about. I play the kid who works right here in Hollywood at one of these record labels, and I'm like the gatekeeper to the main guy, and I've been told, send her away, she's too old, she's a has-been, never gonna happen. But typical Reba style, she wins me over, and I become her one ally in the music biz.
What's it like working with her? You said you're a musician.
She is
one of the biggest in the business.
She is.
Plus, she's a double threat with the acting.
She's so funny. Like, she's genuinely like Lucille Ball, great comic timing. So I keep telling people it's the most bizarre thing to be working with her and sort of getting acting pointers from one of the biggest country stars in the world, not to mention Lily Tomlin, who's like a comic genius.
Sure.
And the two of them are just able to improv and hold their own. I mean, it's a fun job.
I gotta imagine.
Yeah.
It's fun to walk on set with those two women.
And she's had a very successful sitcom. It was on, they shot for 6 years. It's now on in repeats, her Reba show. This is sort of a little, she plays a similar tone, but it's just 2.0. She's a little sexier. She's a single gal living in the West Coast as opposed to Middle America. And I think it's if you like that a little bit, you'll love this. If you never saw that, you'll love this too. It's a really fun show.
Okay, now for fans of the show, can you give us a little sneak peek what's coming up for the rest of the season?
Basically, what's happened? Yeah, so what's happened now is Reba's been trying to get her music career off the ground. I listened to a couple of her songs. I really pushed for her to write from her heart. I think what's going to end up happening is, if I could predict this, it hasn't been written yet, so I don't know because they don't tell us anything. I have a feeling I'm either going to leave my job or get fired or something and end up taking her on as my only client.
Okay.
Which, because I think I see her, but I think that I think the big thing is I'm probably going to do a lot of tricky things like maybe get her booty dancers or have a remix David Guetta style. completely inappropriate. But I think Joffrey, my character, would think that was cool.
And David Guetta guest appearance would be nice for the show,
Listen,
right?
I want Kelly Clarkson on and Blake and Dolly Parton because Kelly and Blake are both represented by Narvel, Reba's husband, and our executive producer.
Gotcha.
So I'm thinking that'd be an easy thing to get them on. But there's definitely room for a lot of great guest stars because it is a music show. We did have Travis McCoy. He was great. We had a lot of fun scenes with him. So definitely going to be one of those shows we'll have real fun guest stars.
Jay Rodriguez, the show is Malibu Country, Fridays at 8:30 on ABC.
That's right. Do you tweet?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, we have to tweet each other. I'm at Jay Rodriguez. My name Jairodriguez, and then yeah.
At Hyla, and we're gonna tweet each other. This is amazing.
Boom.
Real life tweeting in real time. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you. All right.
Track this story and also the latest stories at CELEBUZZ.com. Let's start tweeting right now.